This morning being family worship and talking about, what Randy read earlier about coming to Jesus with a childlike faith, that if you want to enter into the kingdom of God, you need to become like a child. And, with my kids, and they're going to love this because a couple of them are here in the room. Hi, guys. We joke all the time about how the frontal lobe is just kind of gone. Aliens abducted or something at around the age of 6 or 7, and they don't really give it back for about 20-something years, and then you just get it back in little pieces throughout your 20s. And then at some point as an adult, your frontal lobe is now fully engaged. And what that frontal lobe does is, one of the many things it does is that it helps us gauge consequences. If I'm going to ride my dirt bike down this big hill and take this big jump, I'll be fine, right? And then as you get older, you go, well, only if I stick the landing. And then you get a little older and you're like, yeah, I'm not doing that, right? And so what if that is a part of how we should approach Jesus? We look at all the kids in the room today and we think about what happened at Stars a couple of weeks ago. And you see kids walking into an environment. And yeah, there's a little bit of apprehension and, they're uncertain. They don't know exactly what's going to happen, how things are going to go. But before they know it, all of those filters, all of those barriers have dropped and they are just fully engaged. And like, show me how. I want to be a part. Here, I'm going to take over and show you how to do it, right? Kids just love to be a part. They just want to be engaged. They want to, yes, the apprehension is there, but at some point they just let it go. What if we were like that when we came into worship, when we enter into the kingdom of God each and every time, that, there's apprehension of going, well, I don't know what songs they're going to sing. I don't know what God's going to show me in his word today, or, in my prayer time, in my private life, whatever that might be. What if we entered into that time with God just with there's an anxiousness, but once we enter into that time, the apprehension melts away. And we just desire to be fully engaged. We want every ounce of attention from God. And that's one of the things we saw at Stars Day Camp, right? Those of our high schoolers in pink shirts over here. How many piggyback rides did you give? 1, 2, a minute, right? You had, hundreds of piggyback rides because the kids just want their attention. What if that's how we entered into worship? Of God, I just want to be with you. I just want to be with you. One of the beautiful things about being a parent is seeing that from that point of birth, our kids are 100% dependent on us. Every ounce of their well-being is dependent on the parents. And growing up is a process of, okay, here's another step, here's another layer of responsibility, we help them understand the consequences, and the hope is that they become fully independent and they go off on their own and they become adults, right? That's the process of moving from dependence to independence. But with God, it's kind of the opposite, isn't it? That we come to God fully independent. Like, God, we don't need you. I'm good. I don't care if I got sin in my life. I'm good. I'm in control. And the process of loving God, of worshiping him, is becoming more and more like a child in our faith each and every day, becoming more and more dependent on him. So it's weird that in our physical lives, we grow toward independence. But in our spiritual lives, we grow toward dependence. So let's be encouraged as we talk more and more about becoming like a child in worship, and we have our families together and our kids. Let's just be thinking about that. Of God, how can I come into your presence today? And all the inhibitions, everything just melt away because I want to be fully engaged with you today.
Thanks for tuning in to the New Hope Church podcast. If you would do us a favor and like or subscribe on your favorite platform, we would really appreciate it. Also, if you happen to have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at questions@becomehope.com. Have a great week and know that we are praying for you as you seek to be Jesus in every corner of your world.
Amen.